I know how to help people, and now you guys, because this woman don't ask us, don't understand what she's talking about.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're either gonna have you switch your seat because my flight attendants are not allowing you to sit in the exit row, or you're gonna have to get off this plane and then we'll have to leave because they're not comfortable with you sitting in the emergency exit row. My flight attendants. And unfortunately, it is fair. Yes, it is.
But you guys, when I was making check-in, they asked me, do I know English? Yes, I said.
And they said yes, and yes. I understand that, but it's also off of their judgment. I'm not gonna do this back and forth. I will call a supervisor. You can either take a different seat, or we can go ahead and escort you off the plane. Which one are we doing? Okay, I'll call a supervisor, and then we're gonna have to rebook you for a different flight. Josh, do you copy?
Do you have any luggage?
But whatever video I saw, I didn't like the way that he was being treated. And these airlines out of the United States of America, when it comes to hospitality and general cordiality, don't even come close to the way you get treated on these international airlines. And sometimes it's embarrassing to be a fucking American when it comes to the way these people, TSA people, right, in LA and New York, treat me like, you know, a bag of dicks.
Well, first off, John, that's my second question to Khabib. Khabib, why are you flying Frontier Airlines? I mean, what is that? Can we get him on a regular airline?
Breaking news to KBYKTON reacted, saying, "Brother, why you fight a coach?" In the Alaska airline, Brother on tweeted, "This is the flight captain that removed Khabib Rita from the plane."
What do you make of Khabib getting kicked off the airplane on Saturday night?
Yeah.
You see that story? Frontier Airlines.
Yeah, that's nuts. That man got millions. He shouldn't be flying Frontier. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. I mean, that's like Spirit. I've probably been kicked off 1 or 2 Spirit flights my damn self.
What'd you do?
I'm black on a Spirit. I'm black. What do you mean? Like, you know, you see me.
Okay.
What you think?
You got kicked off? Would you cause a scene, or you just, you know, left politely?
I never cause a scene. You know, he didn't cause a scene either. I respected the way that he went about that. You know, sometimes people want to draw a reaction out of you, and he was calm and composed the whole time, and, you know, walked off like a man. So I respect him for that.
Because see, so many people have blamed the airline and they defended Khabib because Khabib was being polite. In fact, Michael Chandler was pissed. And Michael Chandler had a great line that would hold up in any court in the country, where he was basically talking about the physical capabilities of Khabib and how incredibly helpful those physical capabilities would be in an emergency, such as a water landing, in conjunction with not being fluent in English. And of course, we agree with Chandler. Of course, that sounds right. And when Khabib got up and walked out, did his team not see that he was being escorted off? Because generally that would be where they then stay. And now all of a sudden you're missing 4 or 5 guys, generally speaking.
Like, she's like, I'm not going to do this with you, guy. You don't speak English. He's like, I'm literally speaking English to you right now. That's wild, dude. That is wild. And yeah, the disagreement appeared to be over Nurmagomedov's English-speaking skills in regard to his ability to assist other passengers in an emergency, as he was seated next to one of the emergency. I know the language. I know how to help people. It's not about the language. The attendant was, hey, my God. Hey, lucky they protected the flight from Khabib helping people in an exit row. Hey, who on fucking earth do you think would be better equipped to help people in case of an emergency than that guy? And they threw him off the plane. What an absolute moron that chick is, dude. It's not about the language. Really, what is it about then? You just said they said the concern is his ability to speak English in the event of an emergency. No one on the plane was like, hey, bitch, that's Khabib Nurmagomedov, you fucking idiot. Okay? You know who Conor McGregor is? You never heard about the guy, Khabib, that beat the shit out of Conor McGregor? You never heard about, you don't know who that is? Undefeated, never lost a round, UFC champion, super famous, philanthropist, has never had a single negative story written about it. Like, he's a good, like, I would have just been like, hey, idiot. What? Are you talking to them or me? I'm talking to you, idiot. Do you know who that is? Okay, what are you doing right now? What the fuck are you doing? That's the undefeated UFC champion. He speaks perfect English. I mean, he speaks English good enough.
Circulating the internet of UFC champion Khabib Nurmagomedov being asked to deplane from a Frontier flight. First of all, Frontier, you barely have seatbelts. The safest thing on that flight was Khabib Nurmagomedov. That's number one. Two, the flight attendant was telling him, we don't feel safe with you being in the exit row. We need you to change seats. If there's anyone I would ever want in an exit row, it's Khabib Nurmagomedov. This guy can smash anything in his way. If the plane was crashing, he would smash whatever the plane is crashing into and still single-handedly save everyone on that flight. And also, you don't ask Khabib to move. You send him location and he decides if he wants to show up. That's how it works. Big ups to Khabib Nurmagomedov for handling it like a champ and keeping his composure and being super respectful. But honestly, Frontier, that's a big L for you guys.
That was shady, man. That was shady. I was watching the video like, no, this isn't, you know what I mean? Like, that was bad. That was bad. You know what I mean?
People, man.
It's funny because like I did a post like I can't talk shit because I went to jail for arguing with the sheriff's officer when he put me in handcuffs, and I knew I did nothing wrong. I didn't break any laws. The only law I broke was my mouth, not shutting the fuck up. And so I'm coming with authority. So I could just imagine someone coming up to me too and be like, "Hey, you gotta move," and I'm like, "I'm not moving. Like, what the fuck did I do wrong?" So I could. And a piece of you is all like, dude, just move and shut the fuck up. But I have a problem with authority, so I can't talk shit. He could have resolved it, but he's like, fuck that, I'm not moving.
You know, airplanes are a weird jurisdiction with their own weird set of rules and laws.
My thing is like,
why you think does not apply on that, you know, because you bought a seat and you think you're entitled to sit there, you're not. It's completely subjective and really at the discretion of the attendants. I'm not saying that what they did is right.
No.
I'm also saying that there's a huge gray area, and I think the card of like justice, and I didn't do anything wrong. It's like, bro, you just got to understand that this is their way, and if someone's wants you to move, fine, move. But if they kicked you off the flight, then you have a lawsuit against them for racial discrimination.
And they had no idea. And they had no idea who this guy was. They didn't know how much of attention this really was going to get after the fact. I was thinking too, is like, damn, you find Coach?
Yeah, it looked like Coach. You know what I mean? I was surprised in that.
Connor's over here private jets. Connor got to be right now, bro. Like,
oh, bro, Connor's. This is food for Conor McGregor to come out right now.
I'm already waiting for the Conor post. I saw it on Twitter. Someone put a picture of Conor wearing an airline captain outfit and said that's why he got kicked off. That was the captain.
All Conor got to do is show a picture of himself in his private jet, with like some champagne and that little.
And all right. This is so we'll see what happens with Khabib this week. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be in his corner, right?
Yeah. Well, talking about
the video shows him clearly walking out on his own. The video that I saw clearly states that they asked me if I spoke English. I said yes. I was able to assist. Who complained about me? And they said the two stewardess are not comfortable with you. You're gonna have to, you're gonna have to basically change seats, or you're gonna have to leave. So he just walked out, didn't say nothing, didn't complain, and just walked out. He didn't say nothing to me. If it happened last week, he didn't say a
sense. You want to be respectful and nice to the people who are paying you, the people who now, if you don't have these people, you're going to go out of business. So we can take one example from Khabib here. This is a practicing Muslim who's patient. He handled the situation with dignity. You didn't see him cursing, getting ghetto. And we should get some answers for this. He should get some answers. I think we should put some pressure, make some noise, and Frontier should issue an apology to really investigate, because they ask you this question before you come on, if you're going to sit by this seat, that now, are you able, as he pointed out, are you able to handle things? And I mean, I don't think you can get anybody better to handle the situation if things went down than Khabib on that plane. And he answered, like he's saying in the video, yes, I can do it. And then later, it also seems like somebody said something that triggered it. And then what happens? Boom, everything kicks off because of some other person. It seemed like in the video, that's what it was.
It looks like things kind of got off on a somber note for Team Khabib when I saw that crazy video. Did you see that crazy video from that Alaskan airline that was asking Khabib to basically get out of the emergency exit row? Because from what I heard in this video, one of the stewardesses didn't feel comfortable with him being in that position and wanted him to move seats. Did you see that video?
I did.
It was wild to see. And also the way that Khabib handled it was pretty remarkable, man. Most people would have flipped out in that situation.
Khabib handled it really well, I thought. I thought he could have handled that much worse, and he didn't. He was pretty chill about it. A couple of corrections. First thing is that Khabib put out a statement. It was Frontier Airlines, not Alaska. There was a bit of a misunderstanding about that. I mean, they're all pretty bad airlines, let's be honest about that, but nevertheless, there is a difference. And then the other part is, it's kind of funny, it was an exit row. Have you ever sat in an exit row before?
But man, I make my life out of sitting in exit rows.
All right.
That's my life.
I am 6'4", more than 270 pounds. Like, if there is an open seat in the exit row, that's like the first one I'm going for. And if you have ever sat there, I'm going to say this. Here is what I hope is the best case scenario for the Alaska Airlines employee, which I'm going to be clear, even then is not exonerating, but this is the best I can hope for them. This is like the most charitable interpretation. What they do is they go down. If you've ever sat in the exit row, you'll know this. They'll go down the line and they'll ask you, do you have a problem in the event of an emergency in assisting with opening the door and then helping people get out of the airplane? And you can't just nod or give them a thumbs up or say, sure. They literally make you say the word yes. And again, not even like, okay, or I'm down with it, or you can count on me. No. You actually have to say the word yes. My only hope for this Alaska Airlines team, employee, whoever, is that they just didn't hear him say that, or he didn't say it because he didn't think he actually had to say the word yes. And they, they're just so used to all of the cunts who ride airlines being shitty to them, and they didn't want to deal with it. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't comply with saying the word yes off the word go, then they're gonna get rid of you. That's the very best case scenario. But like, the reality is obvious. You want Khabib in that seat. Removing him is a complete, totally unnecessary, totally ridiculous. And notice what I said before. I was giving you like the most charitable interpretation. That is not the likeliest interpretation. Something else probably is the likeliest interpretation. And to the point you made before, Khabib took it in stride. I'm glad he was able to be sober and calm about the whole thing.
Dude, it's unbelievable. So Frontier Airlines. Okay. Yeah. Someone's got to do something about these guys. It's out of control. I don't know if that was you or me. We would not be happy about it.
Yeah, I'm not getting off your fucking airplane.
I'm not getting off. Well, I hate getting on the plane. I'm not getting off that. Like,
first things first, I mean, I recognize that budget airlines serve a valuable role in the economy, but whenever you see people fist fighting at an airport, it's usually not in line for first class international travel. You know what I'm saying? It's usually for they're fighting outside of a Southwest terminal or Frontier or Alaska or whatever. You just get they don't treat you nice on those trips. Let's put it that way. And so it's like, Khabib, why are you riding Frontier, my guy? Just buy the fucking airline. Like, what are you waiting on here,